The story of Yu the Great's flood control.
In ancient times, the Yellow River region was struck by a catastrophic flood, the likes of which had never been seen before. The raging waters submerged fields, destroyed villages, and left countless people homeless. Faced with this disaster, the lives of the people were filled with despair. The Heavenly Emperor, angered by the devastation, appointed Gun, Yu's father, to manage the flood. Gun attempted to block the floodwaters by building dikes and dams, but his efforts were in vain. The floodwaters repeatedly broke through the barriers, worsening the disaster. After 9 years of failed attempts, Gun was punished by the Heavenly Emperor for his failure. After Gun's death, his son Yu inherited his father's mission. Yu was intelligent and resilient, and he understood that his father's failure was due to the flawed strategy of trying to block the floodwaters, which only intensified the disaster. Yu decided to take a completely different approach. He would divert the floodwaters, guiding them into rivers, lakes, and the sea, allowing the water to follow its natural course rather than trying to contain it. Aware of the enormous task ahead, Yu led the people in surveying the land and studying the direction of the water flow. He personally traveled across mountains, rivers, and valleys, inspecting every inch of the terrain and seeking the most effective way to channel the water. Yu's work was not just about physical labor, it was also an application of his wisdom. He understood the natural laws of water flow and knew how to harness the power of nature to solve the problem. During his flood control efforts, Yu encountered many challenges and obstacles. On one occasion, he reached a towering mountain that blocked the floodwaters' path, preventing the water from flowing smoothly into the sea. Yu knew that if this problem wasn't resolved, the flood would continue to wreak havoc. However, the mountain was massive, and conventional digging methods were not effective. As Yu pondered a solution, a giant dragon suddenly descended from the sky. The dragon informed Yu that there was a natural underground passage within the mountain that could channel the floodwaters to the distant sea. Following the dragon's advice, Yu led his workers to dig through the mountain, eventually breaking through to the underground passage. The floodwaters rushed through the channel, pouring into the sea, and the land behind the mountain was restored to life. Yu's success in flood control was not only a technical achievement, but also a testament to his unwavering determination and selfless dedication, which moved both heaven and earth. Throughout the 13 years of his efforts, Yu remained on the front lines, working tirelessly regardless of the cold winters or scorching summers. He passed by his home 3 times, but never entered to see his wife and son, knowing that the task of flood control was not yet complete and the safety of the people took precedence. Yu's persistence and hard work inspired the people, and more joined his efforts to control the flood. Under Yu's leadership, they dug channels, built dikes, and constructed a network of waterworks. These projects not only helped to manage the floodwaters, but also laid a solid foundation for future agricultural development. However, Yu's path was not without challenges. Along the way, he faced doubt and opposition. Some questioned his methods, while others grew weary from the prolonged labor. But Yu, with his steadfast belief and wise leadership, managed to resolve these conflicts and demonstrated through his actions that his approach was correct. Eventually, he earned the trust of the people. After 13 long years, the floodwaters were finally brought under control. The land reemerged, and the people were able to rebuild their homes. Even after this success, Yu did not rest. He continued to improve the water management systems and establish laws to prevent future floods, ensuring that the people could live in peace for generations to come. The story of Yu the Great is not just a tale of a hero's intelligence and courage. It is also a story of how he used unwavering effort and selfless dedication to create a better world
For future generations.
His spirit has been passed down through the ages, inspiring others to face challenges with determination, to work together in unity, and to ultimately overcome even the greatest of obstacles. leading to a brighter future.